On the previous episode, yes, we test fitted the engine and the body, but now let's get deep into it. The devil is in the details. Let's see that fast loaf drive. Guys, it's a new day and we're starting a new chapter we call, what I would like to call, little things, right, David?
We have been doing a few little things, yes.
Okay, so David, you told me, come over, Andre. You've done some work, of course. I'm the lazy one.
It's been a few days since you've been here.
And you said, I'm gonna surprise you with a bunch of stuff. So I know you really wanted to build a rear bumper.
Yeah, but I had to do a mock-up first.
And you did it in a way that this is a 6x2 channel, C-channel iron,
yeah,
right?
I went to the steel place and bought some channel, and then I wanted to make it out of all channel.
So, and then you designed it this way, out of cardboard. Is this CAD?
Yeah,
cardboard
it is.
assisted design?
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And so I cut and pasted for a while until I found something I liked. And then I brought you over and you said, yeah.
If people like this design and they own a Buhanka, can we share some of the drawings with them?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
I could come up with some measurements. Come around front, I want to get your reaction. All right. Okay.
Whoa!
Your face first.
What?
Yeah.
David!
What do you think?
It's painted. It's a wow, David. What is this? So we gotta explain this.
Yeah, you explain those, okay?
So okay, David, this looks more than factory. This looks incredible.
Really?
I love it. I love every inch of it. Wait, you did this also under the door?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't bolted it on yet, so,
So
it comes off.
2 years ago, I was at the local dealership talking to a friend, and a guy pulls up in a big Super Duty, like an F-350, and he's got these truck nuts on a chain hanging on his hitch.
No.
Right? And he's like, I want to trade in my Ford, just take it, give me some money. And then the dealer worked out a deal with him, and then they cut off the
You cut off his nuts?
Yes, they cut off the chain.
No.
They cut off the chain on
Poor
his
guy.
truck, and he's like, I don't want them. And they're gonna take it to the dumpster and dump them. And I'm like, no, I want these nuts.
Wow, he lost his masculinity right there, not hanging those from the tail end of his truck. So we bought this on Amazon.
On the Amazons?
On the Amazon. So I had to make that to fit. I can do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I put one bolt in it.
Hold on. And wow, David. Oh my gosh.
There she is. So I made these to slide into the frame, and then we bolt through the frame.
So you had to modify, so the previous frame had like little brackets here,
Yeah,
right?
I cut those off.
Well, hold on, what are you doing?
This is how you got to do it. You got to. It slides right in like that.
David, you're a monster.
Cool, huh?
Wait, what is inside?
Oh yeah, there's another detail. All right, so this has got a story, okay? I went to the junkyard looking for parts, and I figured I'd look for seats because I knew we didn't really want to use the seats. The mice had gotten into them.
Yeah.
So I went looking at every car in the junkyard to see if it might have some decent seats, and I figured out I needed a two-door sports car because they're low to the ground, and typically the seats are really tight, and that we need it tight. It needs to fold forward, so like a two-door, so you can get the back.
So the battery in the back?
Yeah, because we have a battery right here.
Yeah.
And it needs to be manual, no electronics, because we didn't want that. And so I figured I found a Toyota Celica. That night I went on Craigslist, and it's like, voila! There was Toyota Celica, looked exactly like the ones I had just seen.
Open it up. I want to see it.
And
Open
so
it up.
I sent you the link, and you
Yes.
went and got them.
Wait, but they fit?
It's like they were made for this, Andre. I want to see if you have enough headroom. We got to see.
David.
Let's see. You got enough headroom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know what?
What?
This seat is a sports seat.
It is.
So it's hugging me.
I know.
It's hugging me. I feel like you know what I feel like?
What?
I feel like I could take the Dakar rally. I can go on a Dakar rally and I can drive 1,000 miles right now.
Does it feel comfortable?
Yes, it's ultimate. Well, those are little things, but they're not little things.
And what'd you pay for these?
$100
For both?
For both.
Yeah. You see anything different down here? You see anything different?
Yes.
What?
You shaved this guy.
Yeah, I did. I shaved the threads off the water pump.
Yeah.
I had to.
For the what? Yeah, what? This frame member is different.
Yeah. So I had to cut the cross member out. So
Okay,
I have been wrestling with the radiator for 2.5 days.
And
This proved out to be more of an issue than anything so far.
why are you doing all the work by yourself?
Well, because I need the workout. I know you go to the gym every day, and I don't.
Well, not every day.
In fact, I don't even like the gym. All right, let's got to get some bolts.
Aha!
What do you think of that?
Love it. I love the big silver bolts.
Yeah, they do look good.
Gives it a touch, right?
Yeah,
Gives it a nice little touch.
I know. I really like it.
So those seats pop out.
There's our seats.
By the way, remember in the beginning, we said that the frame of this Buhanka looks like a Toyota truck?
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
And even your friend, your renter, said something similar. Well, now we have Toyota seats.
yeah. In fact, it's going to be a multicultural.
Vehicle.
I had to buy a aftermarket Mustang radiator,
A Ford.
Ford radiator. Here's what I got. I put cardboard on it, all aluminum. It comes with an electric fan.
And you're just protecting it with cardboard, basically.
I'm protecting it so that I don't mess up all the. I took it in and out at least.
David, by the way,
dozen.
we found this and bought it all together with a fan and a kit.
Yeah.
$600. So you created your own cross member.
I did. I had to cut the one out.
Oh my gosh, David, it fits like a.
So,
I don't know what. It fits.
So I don't know
like
if you can
a
see.
glove.
Can you see these little studs right here?
And it's an angle.
Yeah,
It's
and
at
it's
an
on an angle. I had to put it on an angle. There was barely enough room,
Millimeters.
millimeters. But it fits now.
I think we should call this chapter millimeters.
Oh, I got this done. Oh, Andre. Okay, so
What?
so you know we have an MP205.
Yes.
Okay, which the shifter. This is out of a Chevy. The shifter had to I mean, the rod's like 4 feet because the transfer case is like way back here.
It's in the cabin over there.
Yeah, so I had to have like a 4-foot shaft. So right there is 4 low, neutral, 2 high, 4 low. Right here, this is the rod. It goes to here, and it goes between the header, the exhaust manifold, and the block. And that's the only place it could go. And it had to miss the radiator. Look at my clearances right there.
Go back. So did you have to design this little holder?
Yeah, that
This
little bracket.
rod? Yeah.
Because my bolt was flexing. There's a
see.
lot of pressure. I mean, when the lever is right attached to the transfer case, it has plenty of strength and leverage. But when you move it 4 feet forward, you kind of lose all that.
David built these custom brackets. I've just bolted it here in the back, and then it should mount to the wheel well, and we'll see how it works and how it bolts, and also if it fits. Hold up. Oops. You okay?
Yeah, Lift it up a
Are we in?
little bit more, a little bit more.
Ow!
Ooh.
I'm okay. Well, it's a relative term. Do you have a Band-Aid?
Yeah. Kind of this fine line between too close this way and
Too far?
Yeah, too close to the door and too far away.
Yeah, in millimeters.
We could put the doghouse in there.
Okay.
That's really the critical spot.
Well, it's the game of millimeters.
It is. We got to get this bracket.
Hold on. Plenty of space.
I mean, it has to go right there.
Nothing works like a Chevy truck. Tough on the job, easy on the buck. Nothing works like a Chevy truck. All right, David, so you brought a battery in here.
I did. So, ooh, we got a light. Oh.
Yes. This is the continuation of the little things. Hey, David.
Hey, my friend.
Hey, little things, right?
Little thing, that's what I'm working on.
Or maybe big things.
And all that.
Oh, we got elbows.
Yeah, so we got some silicone and some aluminum and got a shifter.
Whoa, shifter.
Yeah, we'll have to look at placement of that.
Yes.
So with all our elbows, I've been trying to figure out a path to get clean air into the intake. So we talked about having to reroute our radiator hose.
Yeah, we will do that.
So I've got all these elbows, and then I cut a hole out of here, right here.
Okay.
And so I got probably this elbow, something like this and that coming into here, and then I'm gonna mount the filter right here.
Like in the box, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
so we're just putting these two on here, and I'm gonna make a cap that I can take off.
Okay.
So we can replace, and then I'm gonna have a tube. I'm gonna cut a hole in this and have more tubing coming up, going out right here, which comes out
Outside.
right here. Yeah,
And also, this is really high off the ground, so
Yeah.
that means you have a high intake.
exactly.
Right?
Which is where it was pulling air from here before, I think.
Well, there was a heater. Remember?
Oh, that was outside air for the heater.
Yeah, that was outside air
That's
for the
right.
heater. That's
Before
right.
it was pulling air, I think it was.
No, from here.
Like,
remember?
Yeah.
It was from the wheel well, which is like dirty,
Right.
wet air.
Yeah. Here's what it went through before. It went through all that before.
This weird shape, right? It went through this weird shape before.
Yeah, I think all that's for sound.
Yeah.
Like it's like a tuba. You know, I guess it mutes the sound somehow.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I have the path. Only thing I'm worried about right here
Yeah,
is how close this is to my intake, to my exhaust.
it's super close.
So I'm gonna build a shield that mounts down here and comes up that'll be removable. See, because here's our spark plugs. So we have to be able to take all this out easily, replace spark plugs
Yeah.
if we want, you know.
And also protect the air. You know, we don't want it super hot.
We don't want hot air. We don't want to
Yeah.
melt the silicone here. So
Yeah.
I think a shield would. I got plenty of room.
You know what I heard
What?
is the best insulator, the best metal is gold.
Oh, you.
Gold.
Okay, once you buy me a few gold bars, and I'll be happy to melt them down and make.
You know McLaren F1?
Yeah.
This was a supercar from like 3 decades ago, right?
Okay.
It was a mid-engine car. The engine was in the back. You were sitting in front of it.
Right.
You know, in the center position, pilot position.
Okay.
And the engine bay firewall was covered in gold. All right, David. So I purchased this because you and I were talking about Well, how the heck are we going to shift the 700 R4?
I mean, I like it. Where'd you find this?
Amazon.
Huh, sidewinder.
Amazon.
I mean, it feels
It was not
good.
cheap, David. This was almost $300.
Ooh. Well, the issue is space.
Oh, boy.
So we have to decide.
Well,
where we're gonna
the
put this.
Cybertruck has a digital shifter on the ceiling.
I mean, it'd be better if we could even put it on top of the doghouse. But
That feels a little bit odd.
Or look for a shorter shifter.
I didn't see any other options.
didn't see any smaller
I'll look.
Okay.
But I didn't see many other options because it has to be cable driven. It cannot be directly attached, right?
Yep.
David, I also see your brand new intake is here on the shelf, and this is for your project truck. Why is it on the shelf?
I had it running.
Uh-huh.
I had it running for 20 minutes. It ran great.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then I started getting a tick.
Uh-huh.
So I shut her off and I pulled it. Yesterday I pulled it out of the truck.
So it stopped running after 20 minutes.
Well, it didn't stop. It was...
It got loud.
No, it just started getting a slight tick, and that just really concerned me, And so I shut it off, and then I started pulling stuff apart. Car guys know what that is. It's a lifter.
Uh-huh.
And you heard all about the lifter problems.
In some of the GMs?
In some GM, well, even, in rebuilds. Lifters have just become junk. And it goes up and down. And
like a spring.
It's called a hydraulic lifter.
Okay.
It has a spring in there, but also oil goes inside there. Well, what had happened was this lifter had pushed the little piston all the way in and it had stuck. And so that valve was not opening because this lifter wouldn't work. So I thought, well, maybe I just had one bad lifter. Then I took it out and realized that not only did it stick inside there, but it was wearing the edges on like half a dozen of them. Had really sharp edges. So then I drained the oil.
And there's metal?
It's bad. It's bad. I had the timing all figured out. It had oil pressure, so that wasn't a problem. This is a genuine GM lifter right here, out of a 454 that had 200,000 miles on it. And it had no wear on the surface. Nice smooth edge. And if you look down in here, the cam, you can see it on this one. It'll be hard to tell, but the cam was wearing on like a half a dozen of them. I have no idea.
We don't know.
I don't know if they're just cheap lifters, cheap cam. Hey, leave in the comments, please.
Please help us out.
But probably by the time this video comes out, I'll replace the cam, a different cam, and
we'll see your truck running.
Hey, it's like Christmas around here.
Yeah, we have more small stuff, more items to buy.
Did your wife get mad at you when you're sitting on Amazon, just like?
No,
clicking?
she doesn't know.
She doesn't know anything about this.
We talked about heat, right? And I wanted to actually wrap the headers in tape and kind of make sure that the heat all kind of stays in the engine.
Because they are close.
Yeah.
Probably closer than they would be.
And to the intake as well.
Yeah.
And also to me.
Well,
I don't want...
It's sitting like right here.
I don't want heat on my butt. So we have that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Here, what do we have here?
This looks like an oil pump.
Oil pump. Because we're gonna change a few parts on the engine, right?
And of course the very important O-rings on the oil pump.
Yes.
Oh. So timing gears. Got the gears.
And chain, I hope.
And chain.
Look at this, it looks like a bicycle chain.
Look how little bitty that is.
What? Filler neck for the tank. Finally, this is quite expensive.
That's a float.
It's a float.
So this must be the fuel pump.
This is a fuel pump. Because we need fuel, my friend. There it is.
This puts out 58 PSI. So it's off of a 4.3 V6. And
we're going to 4.8 V8.
So not much bigger, but the pressure's the same. Well, yeah, because I mean, let's say this goes out, you got to remember.
Well, it's actually in the spreadsheet.
Okay, good.
Everything is in the spreadsheet. And I'm also tracking dollars and cents.
Yeah. I think you may have to take that one out. Well, there's one.
What's keeping it here? Is it tucked into the bottom?
Max, are you removing the front bumper?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. It's a new day and little things are continuing.
Yeah, it's been a week since we took the body off.
Yes.
And so I've been busy on some little stuff here.
Well, there's a lot of little stuff.
So these are actually straps out of a 73 Chevy. Took the springs out completely. And when I took the springs out, you see right here?
Yeah.
These right here, this is really unique. So different than anything that...
Oh, there's rubber in there.
or rubber bushings in a cradle.
Yes.
And I took those apart because I was taking the springs out. It was like this side was 3/4 of an inch further back, and I thought, well, what the heck? It wasn't what I did.
Yeah.
So I realized that my bushings were wore out. So you found some, right?
Yeah, so my dad went online and helped us out.
Okay.
He found some spring rebuild kit in Abu Dhabi.
Nice.
So it's in the mail, it's on the plane.
Okay.
We're shipping some stuff here for the suspension.
Well, when they get here, we'll replace all 8 bushings.
Yes.
Kind of unique because there's no bolts. They just kind of float in these cradles around bushings. So
that might be also reducing noise, probably,
it
right?
could be. It could be. There's no shackles and no bolts.
And no noise.
Painted the front axle. Then I painted these are my radiator mounts.
Okay.
This whole radiator cross member I had to rebuild completely.
Did you re-weld it?
Yeah, I re-welded it. I made this out of the same stuff I made the bumper out of, but then I welded everything up in our radiator sets right here.
So it's not just a radiator mount, it's also kind of a structural component as well.
It is, yep. And we can build a skid plate off of it if we want to.
Okay.
But
No, the engine is out.
well, we wanted to clean it up because it was all rusty and
Well,
nasty.
wow, you did a great job
So
here.
I took hours. I spent hours
Really?
with my little Dremel tool and my
Like
drill with
you
the-
were going into all the crannies
Yeah.
and nooks and crannies?
Yeah, I wasn't going to take the pan off,
Okay.
but after I could see down in there, I thought I got to take the pan off. So I took the pan off. I cleaned all the sludge off the pan. I ran transmission fluid. I took the valve covers off. I ran transmission fluid down it to try and, flush
Flush it out.
all of
Is
it.
that what was recommended by somebody?
Yeah, I saw some, I
Okay.
get on YouTube and, look for solutions.
YouTube is a great place.
It is.
We are on YouTube right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are. It is a great place.
Yeah.
In fact, all my entertainment comes from YouTube. I just threw my cable away,
No, who needs Netflix?
Exactly.
Netflix can go away.
Yeah, but we're closer to the end.
Okay.
I'm feeling better about
Do you
this.
see the light now?
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
And I'm learning a lot, which is the key. When I started
that's the whole thing.
Exactly. I mean, who's ever put a LS in a buhanka before? It's like,
Nobody that we know
I've
of.
never even put one in anything else. So I've already taken this off once and cleaned it real good.
Okay, so you cleaned a lot of this out?
Yeah, so I did a lot. I mean, it was black. The whole thing was black. But you see all that?
Yeah.
So when I rinsed it with hydraulic or with
ATF?
ATF, it brought a bunch more of that stuff, down in here.
Oh, little sludgies?
Yeah.
But not metal, right?
No, it's just
not
sludge.
metal.
It's just sludge that's breaking off.
I see the red ATF fluid kind of. Oh, there she goes.
There we go. So yeah, there's the O-rings that we're gonna have to replace. Okay, now you can see the sludge. Get your camera over here. So the inside of this tray looked like that.
Okay.
So you can see all this nastiness that was on there. So, but we're going to replace this, and this gear.
And this is the front of the engine, so just people understand, this is the front of the engine.
Yeah. Even those are the same size bolts.
A little goopy.
Little goopy. So that's the sludge I was talking about.
Oh, I can hear it pumping.
It's got compression.
Don't break your arm. Well, it won't break your arm. It's angry. It sounds angry.
It's growling, isn't it? So see this little dent there?
Yeah.
And that little one on the on there?
They need to meet up.
They need to meet up.
Okay.
I may crank it just a little bit more before I pull this off, and then when I put the new ones on, I'll put them in the exact same spot.
Okay.
So there's our timing chain.
The timing chain doesn't look terrible, does it?
No, I mean, it had a little bit of slack, but
Yeah.
I mean, the engine had 176,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
They can go a lot longer than that. I mean, my Suburban's got 306. And
You haven't replaced it.
I haven't replaced the oil
And
pump.
that's the difference between a timing belt
Yeah.
in some engines and
Yeah.
a timing chain.
It could probably use a new timing chain.
Yeah.
But
So where's the front main? Is it behind the
Right
pump
here.
there? That's it?
and I got to put a new one on. I need to put a new seal on here first before I tighten this down. So we're going to clear in some things. Actually, we're in pretty good shape, except for our headers. Kind of are really close right here. So I'm going to beat these corners in.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and dent like this much of it. So
Wow.
let's
Do you
work
need
on-
a bigger hammer? Not for that part.
It's malleable. It's a malleable piece of bread. We put a few new accessories on it.
Yes. And we bought several sensors. They're not here yet.
They're not here yet. So this is all the wiring harness from the Holley Terminator X. And so yesterday I fished all the lines where they have to go. I had to figure out a new belt system too. So that took, remember the tensioner was on this side.
Yeah. And we couldn't put it there.
Interfered with all this. So I created my own. I put the tensioner over here where the power steering pump was. Then I put so this is what tensions it. Then I put a new pulley here, put a new pulley here. Yeah, 64-inch belt that
64
that
inch.
fits, so.
And did you buy several belts just in case?
Yeah.
All right. And then you built this downpipe here.
Yeah, so here, I'm a little worried about this, Andre.
Why?
You can see my clearance. I mean, I do have about a 1/4 inch of clearance. That took me a long time because I had to like figure out, bend the angle just right, get it pointing in the right direction, miss everything, have room for the oxygen sensor, miss the starter, be able to get the starter out later on without pulling the whole exhaust. We switched out this drive-by wire to drive-by cable.
Yeah, which is what this is.
Yeah, it had another little bung right here for the cruise control.
Uh-huh.
I took it off and then I re-welded it down here. I basically flipped it around so that this is the kick down cable, so that when the throttle comes wide open, it tells the transmission to kick down a gear.
Yeah.
Don't look too close here.
We're not looking.
But I cut it off of the front because it was sticking out this way. And then I cut a hole in the top and then I welded this on. I mean, this is all the room we have. And then,
Yeah, there's no space.
then this part will go right here.
Into the filter.
And then the filter will be in the cab,
Yeah.
basically.
David, I got the shafts.
What, she got the gold mine and you got the shaft. So we know we have Russian axles
Yes.
that had its own drive shafts with its own flange size and everything. So I took him the Russian drive shafts.
Yes.
And he says, well, we want to have, easy to get U-joints, so we can't really use the flange. So they machined a flange that would match the Russian one, but
That's
use
amazing.
a standard U-joint.
Yes.
We go flange to flange, which is nice if you ever have to take it off.
Okay.
Because it makes coming apart easy.
I've got this.
It's a steep angle, but that's what
It's okay.
the cardan joint is for.
All right, David, let's do the front.
This one's the moment of truth because it has to miss so many things. Well, so far so good. I mean, see, here's my
Your
down
exhaust.
pipe,
Yes.
and I don't think the up travel,
It's going to be that big.
I mean, you got like 4 inches of up travel there, but I mean, it would only be 2 inches here. The holes fit the 1/2-inch bolt just perfect.
David, this joint will never fail. Everything else will. But that joint will never fail.
1/2-inch grade 8 bolts.
David, it's another Christmas. So we got a new shifter because the old one was just too long.
Yeah.
But this one looks long too.
Well, let's go see if it fits in here. It might just work. Got a filler cap.
Little filler cap for the body.
Yeah, so we're gonna drill a hole in the body and mount that.
All right, that comes later.
Yep.
Okay.
They make a regulator that is 58 PSI and it has a return back to the tank already. So, and it's a filter all in one.
Yeah.
So,
So that's
and
nice. That's a nice piece.
Yeah, it's not priced too high either.
So that's our fuel pump.
That's our fuel pump. And they give us a connector, which is nice. So I'll come out of there. And then I ran a wire. It's a 7-pin wire, so I got plenty. Then we'll have to figure out, because 2 of these, we got ground and power, and then the other 2 are the float, I'm pretty sure.
We used undercoating here, the black stuff, rubberized compound. And then we also used Flex Seal. I did want to give it a body color look a little bit here. It's smoking. Woo! Ow! That's hot, hot, hot. David, it's a new chapter.
Is it
This
getting-
is Rebirth.
It looks like it's getting expensive again.
It's very expensive because we got coolant, we got oil, we've got transmission fluid,
Yep.
we've got transmission cooler. We're spending a lot more money, but you know what? This is the blood.
So all new sensors for this LS.
Okay.
So we've got oil pressure, we've got crank, we've got throttle position sensors, All right, so I want to show Andre what I've been working on this week.
That's the shifter, right?
This is a shifter. When the cable typically loops like this
Yes.
and is pulling and pushing this direction.
Yes.
Whereas if we're going this way, it's going opposite.
Well, everything is opposite.
Everything is opposite.
Well, because the transfer case shifter is also opposite.
Right, it's way up here compared to right here
Yes.
before. The shifter is normally pointing upward, this little plate right here.
I see.
It's coming upward, so I just flipped it upside down. And so if my cable is coming from this direction, I did the math, basically drew a diagram.
Okay.
And figured out that my push-pull is doing exactly the right thing. Fuel lines, fuel tank. I worked on that this week. So remember how we made this tank so that you could actually change your fuel pump without cutting a hole?
So
in
it
the
swings.
back?
It
Yeah.
swings, yes.
So it swings. So this will swing up like this. So I routed my fuel lines
Inside the frame.
inside the frame. Then I've got our regulator / filter right here.
All right, well, let's get to work.
Let's get to work
Oh, and
on-
maybe put the body on too.
If we get everything together, I say we put the body back on today.
Okay.
I'm there.
Yeah, there's a lot of loop here.
I don't know what to do. My hands are covered in lube.
Did you get it?
It's not in there. Like, we need to stop. We need to lift it up.
That's what I'm trying to hammer it upwards. I'm doing it right now.
So we got it, right, Sophia?
Yeah. Finding the pin's gonna be hard though.
All right, so this is an oil pressure sensor.
Okay.
And this is I think it's a cam sensor. And so the two of them are right here. This one.
Should I get closer?
That's good, right there.
Did it?
Max, it's Peaches.
What?
The song. Peach, you're so cool. And when life starts, Peach, understand. I'm gonna love you till my very end.
Right there.
So do we remove these then?
We got to get these out. How about, let's get the straps on.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take this one out then, at least.
Max, don't. Please stop.
Okay.
This may be the last time we use this thing, I hope.
We're at 10% on the camera.
Last time I left, we put the body on the chassis. And we were mostly happy, but there was still a lot left to do.
Yeah, it was almost like the beginning of a whole new phase.
You asked me to buy some suction devices. Why is that?
Yeah, not that you suck, because you don't, but I overfilled the transmission.
All right, that's why. Well, I bought 2 suction devices because I wasn't sure what we should use or couldn't use. From Dubai, I got some Buhanka parts. The bushings for the springs were worn out.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see what's been going on.
Push it. So we
Oh,
do
it's
have
moving. Do you see that,
Yeah.
Max?
throttle pedal.
Yes.
Then I had to get my shifter
Uh-huh.
to work. The old ECU for the Buhanka original engine was right here. So I figured this is a good place for it. But I had to figure out how to wire everything. And I mean, look at all the
Well,
positives.
this looks very neat.
Really, it should be ready to go. I've had a few big challenges in my life. One of them was I built a Victorian gingerbread house. Took me 4 years.
Yeah.
You can Google if you want, tapestryhouse.com.
Tapestryhouse.com.
But I mean, that was a challenge. Took me a long time. This was a challenge because when I started, I knew nothing about LS swaps. So I'm feeling like I got a great education because of you. Thank you, Andre.
Well, you're welcome, and I want to thank you because this has been my dream as well.
Yeah.
I mean, really getting a very usable van like this. Oh, that's like blood, David.
It is a red stuff.
Is this
It's,
Dextron 3 or something?
Yeah.
All right, David, so I'm laying underneath, and I can see the transmission linkage, the cable.
So it's in park right now. And then reverse, neutral, overdrive, third, second, first.
Well, David, last time I left, this wasn't here.
No? What did that come off of?
That's a Jeep Wrangler.
A Jeep Wrangler. So we got a Jeep part now. Believe me, it was hard drilling a hole in the body of the Buhanka
Why? Is
because
it
you
strong
get one
steel?
shot.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you don't have another chance.
No.
I may need to extend the bed so make it wider because in case my wife wants to come along.
I had to cut a hole in the floor. So your dad gave me a mortar shell.
Okay.
I think from World War II.
Okay.
Okay. And it was like a piece of furniture in his house.
Uh-huh.
And he said, hey, maybe you can use this. And I cut it up to be a protector of, you slide it on, and then we'll seal all that up.
Bumper looks amazing.
I got the bumper all
Yes.
bolted up.
You connected it too?
Oh, the light's on. Look at that.
So it's live. It's basically pulling. Oh. Wow.
All right, so you power up, and then your screen comes live.
What am I hearing right now?
Oh, you're hearing that heater.
Oh, that was a heater fan.
That was a heater. The wizard right here is how you set everything up. And I've already gone through. It asks you like how big is the motor, what's the
What
motor
year
for,
or
what-
something? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some lights here too.
Yeah, and that's part of the diagnosis of if you have problems. So let's see what happens.
Okay. Oh gosh.
See, I hear that screech?
Yeah, that doesn't sound very healthy, does
It
it?
doesn't. I don't know what that is.
We're in park, right?
So I have 11.8 volts. That could be low. And then also, this is a tractor battery, which has plenty of voltage.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. It could be fuel pressure
Fuel pressure.
because let's put that back on.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's not running right. I mean, we're not getting any codes right now, but
What is this? Oh, air fuel ratio.
yeah. Oil pressure, 36 pounds, it's okay.
The bad sound is gone.
Yeah, it was only during cranking.
So maybe it's the starter?
It could be.
Maybe it's the way the starter meshes with the gear, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and move it. I'm gonna see what happens.
Max, watch. It's moving! It's moving for the first time in almost
It's
6
moving.
months.
It stopped.
It stops even. It's moving. That is the best view and sound I've heard in a very long time.
It's moving, Andre.
It's moving under its own power.
I got something a little bit off. I don't know if it's my fuel pressure. I need to put a fuel pressure gauge on it.
But it warmed up.
We still have work to do.
It warmed up. It moved.
It moved.
And
it steered.
And it stopped. Most
stopped?
importantly,
Oh.
it was a long time coming. I brought you a little bit of a refreshment. Sorry, there is no vodka right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a little Russian vodka, don't you think?
The vodka will come later.
Okay.
But I think a little soda.
Here, cheers.
Cheers. It's been such a long time. You put in how many hours? 1,000 hours combined.
I haven't kept track, honestly, Andre, but it's working till 8 o'clock at night most nights for weeks. It was worth it though.
David, it's been another week since we fired it for the first time.
Yeah, and I've learned I made a couple mistakes.
What's that?
So we were only running on 4 cylinders last weekend.
What?
Yeah. It's hard to start.
It was. It also made that weird noise.
Weird noise. So that was the starter. The starter needed to be shimmed. So I shimmed it, got rid of
so
that.
So it mashes correctly.
That really high-pitched squeal is the starter making contact with the... I think it's still learning its tune.
Yeah.
It has to learn for quite a while.
Well, we're at higher elevation.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem was that I had a loose ground.
On the driver's side?
Yeah, on the passenger side.
Wait, where are my seatbelts?
We don't have any seatbelts. Not yet, anyway. We have Toyota seats with no seatbelts.
Okay.
So my ground was loose. So I had to kind of process through it all, figure out what was going on. But 4 cylinders weren't firing. The whole passenger side was just along for the ride. And what was strange was it still was pretty smooth, because it wasn't like 1 cylinder wasn't firing.
No, the engine wasn't shaking.
It was half the cylinder, so it was still pretty smooth. But as soon as I figured that out, it was like a world of difference. So you're in 4-wheel high right now.
4-wheel high.
And the hubs are locked.
And I can feel some pressure. And why am I in 4 high right now?
Well, because we've been playing around a little bit.
Well, because it spins the tires. Wow! This is the first drive.
What do you think?
Well, first of all, it's smooth.
It is.
You put a couple of old mufflers on it.
I did.
It's shifting okay. But you know, I had to bring my transmission mechanic, Mark,
Yeah.
because we had a couple. We don't know a lot about this transmission.
No. I didn't know.
And
So
he
we
helped
need a
us
little
adjust
tweak.
the TV cable.
Yeah.
And he told us not to run it in overdrive.
Until we get the switch that locks in the torque converter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's shifting so smoothly. How fast are we going? Nobody knows.
40, 45.
Hold on. You know what, David? The pedal has a lot of travel. The brake pedal.
Brake pedal. Yeah, we need to do a little work on the brakes.
Oh, I just heard the fan.
The fan just came on at 195.
Okay. But it's still nice and cool.
Huh.
What?
Our air fuel rate just went red. That's never happened before. It's backfiring?
I don't know.
That's a little odd. It's supposed to be about like 13, 14 and went up to 25. And it's backfiring. Put it in neutral. You better shut her off. Uh-oh. Huh. Never had that happen. Let's just try and start it again. Let's see what happens. Well, let's pop the hood.
Hello.
Not that I know what to do on that. Just check all my connections. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that. Why
Hold on, let me move it.
Okay.
It feels normal.
Yep.
That feels normal. How about this?
That was normal.
That feels normal. Are we out of fuel?
It's possible. I mean, I put about 5 or 6 gallons in there, but I have driven it quite a bit since then. Let's call for help.
David, we already broke down.
Yeah. It's a good place to break down.
Well, it looks gorgeous on this dirt road.
Yeah, it does. Check out that new bumper right there.
The bumper is amazing. All right, David. Well,
So the house is down that way.
how many miles?
So, luckily, we only got to walk a half mile.
Okay, half mile. Well, I'm in the back of David's truck. We're gonna go rescue the Buhanka right now. I'm betting this is the problem.
I am too, because I didn't put that much fuel in it to start with.
Okay. And it's a brand new tank, right?
Yeah, it is. So I had to fill up the whole, fuel system and everything with what I put in there originally. So I think there's about 4 gallons in here. It ought to be plenty.
Okay. Okay, we can hear the fuel pump.
Yeah.
It was out of fuel! Who would have thought?
My fault. Hey, let's go back home, and I want to lay some patches in my gravel driveway.
Yes.
Okay.
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 Oh yes, that sound is glorious and the view is majestic. Chevy loaf. Hey David, I think I found a name for this van.
What's that?
You know Chevy Love pickups?
Yeah.
This is the Chevy Loaf pickups.
Chevy loaf.
Yes.
Or how about the What'd you say the other
Oh,
day?
the fast lane loaf.
The
no,
fast
the
loaf.
fast loaf. TFL.
TFL, the fast loaf.
Yeah, TFL.
All right, let's unlock the hubs. I'm gonna do a 2-wheel burnout.
Okay.
Temperature been setting good. All right, this is a 2-wheel burnout.
2-wheel.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yes.